Today's reading in Exodus chapter 7, we get our first of the 10 plagues. What I found interesting was there's two miracles that occur in this chapter. And in both cases, the magicians and the sorcerers of Egypt are able to replicate the miracles. So Moses throws his staff on the ground and it becomes a snake. And then the magicians of Egypt throw their staffs on the ground and somehow they're able to become snakes. And then later, Moses tells Pharaoh all of the water in Egypt, from the Nile to the water they store in their jars, is going to turn to blood. But somehow the magicians in Egypt are able to also take water and turn it into blood. Neither one of these things would have surprised God. We don't know how the magicians were able to do it. Was it true sorcery or demonic of some kind? We don't know. Was it sleight of hand or some sort of trickery? We're just not sure. But what we do know is God had purpose even in this. And that is that Pharaoh's heart becomes hardened. And that's what God says from the very beginning when he's talking to Moses, that I will harden Pharaoh's heart. And God uses this to harden his heart, even when the world appears to be mimicking God. God is able to use it for his purpose. But in both instances, God proves himself superior. In verse 12, Moses' snake swallows up all of the magicians' snakes, and God is greater than the magicians. And then in verse 25, the very last verse, we read that the plague lasts for 7 days, which tells me while the magicians were able to replicate turning water into blood, what they weren't able to do is to reverse what God had done. For 7 days, the people had to dig trenches and look for water just to survive. And so God proves himself superior.